Welcome to this For the Record update. I'm Lori Dew. In February 2014, For the Record presented State Secrets Investigating John Doe. In that episode, we examined a string of investigations that mainly targeted Wisconsin's Republican Governor, Scott Walker. The man behind it all was a Milwaukee, Wisconsin district attorney named John Chisholm, a Democrat. Chisholm would be accused of conducting a politically motivated witch hunt against Walker and conservative groups that supported him during his 2012 recall election. The John Doe investigations show how some elected officials are willing to use the courts for political retribution. There have been a number of new developments in this story as For the Record presents State Secrets Investigating John Doe.
Elected officials should not be the ones conducting investigations of possible campaign finance violations. There's an obvious conflict of interest there.
It doesn't matter if they ever convict anybody. It doesn't matter if they ever arrest anybody. It doesn't matter what the final outcome is, because the process is the punishment.
This appears to be a political witch hunt, and it appears that the District Attorney's Office has been weaponized to go after political groups and people who are adversarial to their political ideology.
On May 6, 2014, more than 2 months after State Secrets aired, a federal judge ruled that the investigation was launched without legal basis. Judge Rudolph Randa issued an injunction, citing both the likelihood that the conservative groups would be vindicated and the significant impact on their ability to raise money and be active in the 2014 election cycle. Former Department of Justice attorney Hans von Spakovsky says the case was clearly motivated by politics.
People need to understand this was a secret investigation being conducted of literally more than 30 center and center-right conservative organizations in Wisconsin. And it was going after them because of their advocacy on issues.
Von Spakovsky says these politically motivated investigations strike at the heart of the American judicial system.
I mean, it's like something you would imagine out of a, frankly, fascist state going on. Fortunately, one of the targets of that investigation sued in federal court, and a federal judge issued an order stopping the investigation. Even better, he refused to give sovereign immunity to the prosecutors. You know, prosecutors usually can't be sued for decisions they make in going after folks.
In addition to refusing sovereign immunity, the judge's ruling permits the prosecutors to be held legally responsible for their actions.
And I hope that a big judgment is rendered against them, because this was clearly a politically motivated investigation. It was done because these prosecutors don't like the governor of Wisconsin, and they frankly were hoping to not only get information on him that would hurt him, but they wanted to stop any and all support on his issues that was coming from these advocacy groups.
On June 19, 2014, a federal judge ordered the release of previously sealed filings by the Milwaukee District Attorney. Even though the prosecutors lost in court, many media outlets published the claims in the initial filings, which were ruled as having no basis and made them headlines. This has led to a national debate reflective of the politically polarized state confronting the nation. On June 21, 2014, the editorial pages of 2 of the nation's biggest newspapers debated the issue. The New York Times expressed support for the Wisconsin prosecutors and their aggressive pursuit against Walker and the conservative groups embroiled in the case. On the other side of the argument, the Wall Street Journal pointed out the Wisconsin case was really an attempt to criminalize political speech, going as far as to compare the John Doe investigations to the attempts by the IRS to target conservative groups during the 2012 presidential election. For the Record and our colleagues at TheBlaze.com will continue to update this story as the Wisconsin John Doe case is now cemented in the national debate. I'm Lori Dew for this For the Record update. And remember, For the Record Season 3 returns in September.